have to show me the output of your program. You have to share the screen. Yes, students listening, all of you, those who have joined late, you inform them also. In next lab, I'm going to check the output of all the programs. You have to show me you have to share the screen. You have to share the screen and you have to show the output of all the programs. Till now, how many programs we have executed, no? So all those programs output you have to show in the next lab. Getting in the next lab, students, you have to show me the execution of all the programs. You have to show me the output of all the programs. Till now, how many programs I have executed? First, second, third, fifth. So four programs we have executed out of in three labs session we had. So in 3 labs we have executed four programs. Last lab, complete lab, I did revision. I demonstrated so many programs. Other than lab programs, I have explained other programs also. Still, if you have any doubt, students, you can ask me. Still, if you have any doubt, if you are facing any difficulty, you please tell me now only. But in the next lab, you have to show the output of the program, how many programs you have executed, and if you are getting any error, any difficulty, if you are facing also, you can tell students. Okay. Students, I'll share the screen. Yes, students, in last class, what we have seen? In last class, we have seen inner class and we have also seen the demonstration of partial class. What is the use of partial class? Using partial class, you can create a subclasses and those subclasses you can call in your main program, and those subclass programs are stored in a different file with a .cs extension. That we have seen in the last class. I'm not able to share the screen, students. Wait 1 minute. It is taking so much of time to share the screen. Student, wait. It is taking so much of time to share the screen. The students, it is taking time. Okay, till I share the screen, we'll do revision of yesterday's class. In last class, we have seen the execution of inner class, execution of partial class, and we have also seen how to pass object as a method argument. How to pass? Generally, what we do, we pass a value as a member function. But in last class, we have also seen the passing the object as an argument in the method. I think now you can see the screen, students. Is the screen is visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So passing object as an array argument we have seen in the last class, and returning the value from the method also we have seen in the last class. And next we have constructor. Next we have access modifier. So what are the access modifier? Why we need access modifier? This access modifier helps us to this access modifier access modifier is used. These access modifiers helps us to avoid a jumbling of data. This access modifiers helps us to avoid the jumbling of data. What is jumbling? Jumbling means the mixing of data. This access modifiers helps us to avoid the jumbling of data. So here using access modifier, we can segregate the usage, or we can segregate the life of the member function. The validity of the scope of the member function is within the class or it is outside the class also, we can decide using this access modifier. Using this access modifier, we can say the validity or scope or life of the member functions, or life of the class members are within the class itself or outside the class also, we can judge using this access modifier. So we'll see the access modifier one by one. Yes, students, I repeat, with the help of this access modifier, you can avoid the jumbling of the data. You can avoid the jumbling of the data. If you take class, in the class we will be having so many variables. The members of a class are variables and methods. So using this access modifier, you can fix or you can specify the scope. You can specify the scope of a member of the class are within the class or it is outside the class also. Or the scope you are understanding, no? Scope means usage of whatever the fields I have declared in the class. It may be a variable or it may be a method. Whatever the method and variable I have declared within the class, the scope is within the class itself, or you can use that class. You can use that method, or you can use that variable outside the class also. We can decide based on this access modifier. Based on this access modifier, we can see. So generally we use two access modifiers. Generally we use two access modifier, that is public and private. And here, in addition to public and private, we have another three access modifier. We'll see one by one now. The access modifier public. So access modifier public, it allows public access to the members both inside and outside the class without any restriction. Without any restriction, you can use, or you can without any restriction you can use the members within the class and outside the class also. See students, see here, this is a class. The class name is written test. And here I have a if I declare a variable int x, the life of this variable int x is within this class only. If you declare a variable as private, then the life of that variable will be within that class only. But here we are seeing the access modifier public. So the life of this access modifier is within and outside the class. Within the class also you can use, and you can also use outside the class. I'll explain the program. When you see the program, you will understand clearly. So first you understand what is the use of these access modifiers. This public modifiers allows public access to a members both inside and outside the class without any restrictions. Without any restriction. So if you declare a, see here, see students, here I have declared a variable int radius. Can you see this? Can you see this, students? Can you see this line? Respond. The students, is my voice is audible? Then why
Yes,
nobody is responding? Please respond, students. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
See, students, here I have declared a variable public. Variable. Here I have declared employee ID, and which is of type, which modifier I have used? Public. Means the life or the scope of this employee ID is within the class and outside the class also. The scope of this employee ID is within the class and outside the class also. So this public modifier allows us to use a variable inside and outside the class also without any restriction. And internal modifier. Internal modifier, it allows internal access to members. It allows internal access to member. Only the current assembly can access these members. It is also similar to private. Only within the particular class only you can access the internal modifier variables. The internal modifier, whatever the variable, whichever the variable you declare using this internal keyword, then the scope of those variable will be within the class only. The scope of the variable will be within the class only. Protected modifier. Protected modifier allows protected access modifier. You can access protected modifier from either of the class in which they have declared. Assume that I have a class, parent class, and I have a child class. Child class is a derived class. Yes, students, child class is a derived class. So this protected modifiers can be used in the class, and you can also use in a derived class. From which class it has derived? Means the meaning is the access modifier can be used in a parent class and the derived class. It can be used, or the life of the protected modifier is parent class and the derived class. Next, private modifier. Private private modifier is similar to internal modifier. The scope of the private modifier is within the class only. The scope of the private modifier is within the class only, or in which class we have declared, only in that class you can use this private modifier. And the last one is protected internal modifier. Protected internal modifier allows you to access member of current assembly and in the derived class. Current assembly in the class containing current assembly and in the derived class. So this is all about access modifier. Yes, students, we have 5 access modifier: public, private, protected, internal, and internal protected. The public modifier, as the name itself implies, you can use publicly within the class and outside the class. How we in C program we used to declare a global variable. The scope of the global variable is throughout the program. Correct? No, you cannot say the scope of the variable is only for this particular function or particular class. Similarly, the scope of this public variable is you can use inside the class and outside the class also. The internal modifier, it allows you to access only within the class. Only in which class, in which current assembly means in which class you have declared that variable as an internal. Only in that class the scope will be there. The protected modifier in the declared class and in the derived class. In which class that particular modifier is declared, and even you can use that protected modifier in the derived class also. The private modifier is similar to internal. The scope of the private modifier is within the current class only. And the protected internal modifier, the accessibility of that of the protected internal modifier is in the current assembly and the derived class. In the current class and the derived class. Understood, students? Access modifier. These access modifiers you learned in C, you learned in C++, Java, B2W also you have seen. So next we have constructor. Yes, next we have constructor. So what is constructor? What is constructor? A constructor is a special method. A constructor is a special method of a class. It is a special method of a class which gets automatically invoked whenever an instance of a class is created. Whenever an instance of a class is created, it automatically invoked in the program. See here. See student, this is the syntax of constructor. This is a syntax of constructor. That is, public is an access modifier, class is a keyword, and this is the class name. This is class name, and this is constructor. This is constructor. See student, the access modifier and the class name. Access modifier and the class name. Here student, here this I am saying as a syntax, but here actually it is a example. This is an example of constructor. See here, the name of a class is user. The name of a class is user, and this is a constructor. This is a constructor. So by seeing this, what we'll understand is a constructor will be having same name as class. A constructor will be having same name as class. A constructor will be having a same name as class, and a constructor is a special method of a class. A constructor is a, see this is a method only, no? Yes student, this is method, no? This I have written within the class. This public user I have written within the class. Yes student, please respond. Any doubt here?
No ma'am.
So,
No ma'am.
here this user I have declared within this class only, and this user has the same name as class. So this user is known as, this user method is known as constructor. This user method is known as constructor. So in simple word, a constructor is a constructor has same name as class. A constructor is a special method of a class. Constructor is a special method of a class which get automatically invoked, which get automatically invoked whenever an instance of a object is, whenever an instance of a class is created. And see here, and here we have some of the types of constructor. We have default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, private constructor, static constructor. All these are all the types of constructor. Yes, students, all these are the types of constructor: default constructor, parameterized constructor, copy constructor, and private constructor. So now here we'll see default constructor, parameterized constructor, and copy constructor. These three we are going to see in our syllabus. Just I have listed out all the types of the constructor. then totally 90 days effect. In that case, conditions also can change. You can just see the demo of how this is. So now the customer already have customer ID, customer ID, contact name, address, and country. So then select star from customer where country equal to this. Just try this and see how this. What I want select star means I want to complete customer data. But again, this where I want country should be fixed. I will select how many? Only 5. Only 5 rows here. The country wherever there is a mixing of only that you will. This is how you can practice, at least practice phase. What this is happening. In last 2 times, they select games, sometimes we have told that select happen over present. And they select history happen over present. Now you see select happen but we have added a condition and they will do. The next you go. Yes, students. Yes, student, can you see the Visual Studio screen? Yes, students, can you see the video? Okay. So here in this program, what I have done, I have declared a class. I have declared a class. You can see, no, I have declared a class. A class name is addition. A class name is addition, and the members of the class. The members of a class is these 2 variables, integer variable, and we have a method. We have a method also in this class. Yes, students, we have a variable declaration in the class, and I have a method also this class. What is the syntax to declare a method in the class? When I say method, this method should have a data type, no? Yes, students, according to the syntax, it should have some return type, no? Yes, respond, it should have a return type. But this addition is a special method of this class. This addition is a special method of this class, and this has the same name as class. The class name and the method name both are same. Both are same. Means this is the constructor of this class. This is constructor. The addition is constructor. So the addition constructor you can call as we call as a default constructor. We call as a default constructor. A constructor is a special method of a class. Yes, exactly. It is a method of a class. What is a class? Addition is a class. For this addition class, we have a method that is addition, and it has the same name as class. It has a same name as class, and it is a default constructor. It is default constructor. In this program, what we are doing, I am assigning a values to the variables a and b. A is equal to 100 and b is equal to 125. And create an object for the constructor. Create an object for constructor. What is the obj? Is an object for constructor. With the help of this object obj, we are calling the members of the constructor. We are calling the members of the constructor, and using a console.writeLine statement, we print the output. We print the output on the screen. When I execute this program, the output will be the value of A and value of B. The value of A is 100. The value of B is 175. Yes. Zoom your screen and you can check the output, students. Zoom your screen and you check the output. Yes, understood, students, all of you? Hey students, any doubt? A constructor is a special method of a class, and the constructor will be having same name as class. And constructor is used to allocate the memory. Constructor is used to allocate the memory. And here we have created an object for the constructor and we are displaying the output. Yes, students, understood? Any doubt? Any doubt? Shall I go to the next concept? Shall I go to the next concept, students? So that is, yes? Yes, students, I didn't listen. Shall I go to the next concept? Okay. Next we have parameterized constructor. See here, students. This is a demonstration of parameterized constructor. What is parameterized constructor is a constructor, it is simple. A constructor is with parameter. A constructor is with parameter, then you say that constructor as a parameterized constructor. See here in the first example, here only in one program only I have executed all the programs because no need to go back again. Why to open new application? So that's why in one program only I have executed all. See here, this is a previous program. This is a previous program. This is a default constructor, and this default constructor doesn't have any parameters. Any parameter value is it has? No, it is not having any parameter value. But here, this is a parameterized constructor. Yes, students, see here the class name is para constructor. The class name is para constructor, and this is a special method of a class. This is a special method of a class, and it has when the method has the same name as class. Yes, students, when a method has the same name as class, then you have to understand that is a constructor. You have to understand that is a constructor. Then it may be a default constructor, it may be parameterized constructor, it may be static constructor, it may be copy constructor. Then there are different types are there. But first, when you see in the program, when the method name is same as a class name, when a method name is same as class name, then you have to understand that it is a constructor. Now we have a parameterized constructor. In parameterized constructor, what we are doing, we are passing here declaring the parameterized constructor with integer x and y. Here we are in the constructor, we are declaring the two integer values x and y, and these constructor value, the x value is assigned to a and y value is assigned to b. So this is parameterized constructor. What we are doing, that we'll see in our main program. Here create a object. This is v is a object of that class, or v is a object of constructor. So created a object for constructor, and that is now which constructor we are demonstrating. We are demonstrating a parameterized constructor. So we are passing the values to the constructor. See here, students. Here in the first program, we were not passing any values. But here in the parameterized constructor, we are passing the values. 100 is for A and 100 is for X. 100 is for X and 175 is for Y. 100 is for X and 175 for Y. And those 100 is assigned to the variable A and 175 is assigned to the variable B. 175 is assigned to the variable B. Now if you display the value of A How we are able to display the value with the help of this object v dot a. If you display v dot a, then the output will be 100. v dot b output will be 175. The 100 and 175 will be passed to this parameterized constructor, and after this the values will be assigned to a and b, and that a and b value will be displayed. Yes, a value is 100 and b value is 175. Yes, students, zoom your screen and you can see the output of this parameterized constructor program. Is understood? Understood, students? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Next. Next I have copy constructor. Copy constructor. The constructor which creates an object by copying variable from another object. A constructor which creates an object by copying variable from another object is called copy constructor. The purpose of copy constructor is to initialize a new instance of a value of an existing instance. Generally, why we do copy? If you want to repeat the same thing, or if you want to use that word or that paragraph in other place also. Assume that I have typed one paragraph which is related to Visual Studio. If the same paragraph, if the same information, I want it in the different document, or if I want it in the different page, what I do, I copy and paste. I copy that. So here the copy constructor is the purpose of this copy constructor is to initialize a new instance of a value of an existing instance. For existing instance only, to initialize the new instance, we use copy constructor. Students, see here, this is a demonstration of copy constructor program, or this is a demonstration of copy constructor concept. So see here a class is a employee class. In this class, I have taken two variables, integer variable and string variable. The integer variable is age, and the string variable is name. So string and name too I have taken, and here this is a declaration of copy constructor. Public employee. So okay, first I'll explain this, student. Yes, here I have created a constructor. What is and this is a parameterized constructor. Yes, no, student? The class name is employee, and the constructor is also, the method name is also a employee. When class name and method name both are same, then we have to understand this is a constructor. And here I have a parameterized constructor. The parameters are string and name. So this dot name, why we use this? When we use this, I have demonstrated the program also. When we use this, and this keyword is used for non-static members of a class. When we use this keyword, then no need to create an object. Yes, students, to call any values from the class, or to access any values from the class, we no need to use any object here when we are doing using this keyword. When we are using this keyword, then no need to create any object. So you can see this program. Do I have any object creation here? To access this value? No. This value. So here, and using this dot name is equal, we are assigning the value. And here this is a constructor. And I have one more constructor in my program. And this is nothing but declaration of copy constructor. This is declaration of copy constructor. Yes, getting students, this is a declaration of copy constructor, and with the help of this EMP, we are assigning the values. We are copying the values. So here, whatever the value I have given here, the same values will be copied here in the copy constructor. The same values will be copied in the copy constructor with the help of this EMP. You can see, now I'll show the execution of this program. The age of Vittal is 23 years. See here, students. In last class, we have seen get method and set method. Now, I told you set method is used to assign the value and get method is used to return the value. Using this get method, we are returning the values. The age of a person, the age of a person and the name. The age of a person and the name we are displaying. So the age of Vittal I have passed. The age of Vittal is 23 years. The age of Vittal is 23 years. See here, this constructor I have created. This is the constructor I have created, and using the see here, the name of this constructor and this constructor is same. Why? Because here I am using the concept copy constructor. So whatever value we have assigned for this constructor, the same value will be copied here. The same values will be copied here. This is copy constructor. So next we have destructor. Yes, students, when we call a constructor, an object will be created. When we call a constructor, an object will be created, and or the memory location will be created. Once the execution of the program is complete, next I have to deallocate the memory location. Why? Because if that memory location is no longer in use, then we have to deallocate the memory. Or deinitialize the memory. So we use destructor to deinitialize the memory, and this destructor will be having a tilde symbol. And students, this destructor will be having this also will be having a same name as class name. In constructor program, we have seen, in constructor program, the class name will be having, the constructor name will be having same name as class. Similarly, in destructor also, Similarly, in destructor also, it will be having the same name as class. See here. Here, this is a class name and this is a constructor. This is a class name and this is a constructor. And this destructor will be having a same name as class, but it is preceded with tilde symbol. But it is preceded with tilde symbol. I'll show the execution of that program. Students, the class is user class name is user and method name is also user. When class name and method name are both are same, then we have to understand this is a constructor. In the constructor, what I am doing, I am displaying the statement. I am displaying some statement. What statement I am displaying? An instance of a class created or an object of a class is created. And next we have destructor. This destructor will be having same name as class. This class name is user and the destructor name is also having a user. And this is preceded with tilde symbol. This is preceded with tilde symbol. And here in destructor, what we are doing, and we are using destructor, that memory will be deallocated. An instance of a class will be destroyed. An instance of a class will be destroyed. So see here, using user, the instance of a class will be created, and using tilde user, the instance of a class will be deallocated. So this is a here. This is a use of destructor. Students, I'll stop here. Answer for today's assessment, students. Yes, answer your attendance. Aditya,
Yes, ma'am.
Ajay,
Yes, ma'am.
Amit, Amit. Antima.
Present, ma'am.
Apurva.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashwini.
Yes, ma'am.
Bindu.
Yes, ma'am.
Divyesh.
Yes, ma'am.
Gaurish.
Yes, ma'am.
Gautami.
Present, ma'am.
Gunashekar.
Yes, ma'am.
Harini. Harini. Surya.
Present, ma'am.
Nayana.
Present, ma'am.
Nazma. Nazma.
Harini. Present, ma'am.
Harini, I marked. Nayana.
Yeah, present, ma'am.
Nidhi.
Ma'am, Harini present,
Harini,
ma'am.
I marked. Nidhi.
Present, ma'am.
Pradeep.
Yes, ma'am.
Preeti.
Present, ma'am.
Rajesh.
Present, ma'am.
Sahadev.
Present, ma'am.
Saket.
Present, ma'am.
Santosh.
Present, ma'am.
Seema.
Yes, ma'am.
Sinchana.
Yes, ma'am.
Spurti.
Present, ma'am.
Suru.
Present, ma'am.
Varsha.
Present, ma'am.
Yashashwini.
Present, ma'am.
Amruta.
Present, ma'am.
Anusha.
Present, ma'am.
Apurva.
Present, ma'am.
Siddharth. Siddharth. Chetana.
Present, ma'am.
Kavya.
Present, ma'am.
Madhu.
Present, ma'am.
Manisha. Manish.
Present, ma'am.
Sarfraz. Murgesh.
Present, ma'am.
Mutamis.
Present, ma'am.
Why last two classes you are absent? Not last two classes, continually 2-3 classes you didn't attend only. Paresh, if you continue the same thing, Mutamis, you'll retain because this time the attendance is treated very seriously. Paresh,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
Prashant,
Present, ma'am.
Pratibha,
Present, ma'am.
Pratik, Pratik is not there. Sadhana, Shashank,
Present, ma'am.
Shashank last class bandila. Shraddha,
Present, ma'am.
last class absent. Sridhar,
Present, ma'am.
Tanuj,
Present, ma'am.
Tejaswini,
Present, ma'am.
Ummehani,
Present, ma'am.
Ashish, Vidya, Ashish absent. This is not there. Vidya,
Present, ma'am.
Vishal.
Present, ma'am.
Students, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. And again, I'm repeating in next lab, in Monday's lab, all of you should show me the execution of your program. You have to share the screen and you have to show the output of the program which you have executed. Okay. And you have internals in the next month, that is 5, 6, 7, you have internals, that will be your first internals. The syllabus of your first internal is first module, and in second module till Thursday, whatever the topics I cover, no, till Thursday, next Thursday vargu ನಾನು ಏನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ syllabus ಗೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Till Thursday, whatever the syllabus I cover, no, that will be there for your test. Any doubt in the syllabus? First module, complete first module, second module, till 1st October, whatever the topics I cover, that will be there for your syllabus test. Okay, students, I'll stop here. Thank you all.